All right, finally, there we go. We're live again. Getting not that one. There we go. Getting better together and then link. That's okay, right? All right, so we're continuing mid lane arc. First game of Fizz. Let's see. Let's make ourselves a little list. All right, making a document for ourselves. This is going to be a mid lane checklist. No, I don't want it here. I want it to be a... All right, mid lane, split 3. All right, things to look at. Jungler proximity. Wave manipulation. Level 2-3 trades. I mean, this is a proxy or a derivative of jungle proximity, but jungle tracking, make sure we get that. I can pay more attention to bot lane position and sums. I didn't do any tracking of their summoner spells, and that's obviously something I need to do much better. What else did we get? We took some negative trades. We did call in, all right, ace. We want to do ace. Assess, communicate, and effectuate. We did that very well. We got the Vi to come on over in good positions, and that just snowballed the game for us. Something that I didn't track at all, like I said, wasn't looking at them. Did not track. Annie might have just been no sums, and I think that would have altered how fervently I was asking for a gank. Maybe that's a good thing, though. Knowing that she didn't have any resources meant that she was much more vulnerable to gank and regank. So even after that teleport where I'm in a weird spot at 40% HP, we still turned it into something good for us. Our shopping needs to be much more clear what we're trying to do. I do think the AP is actually much more important. The boots are going to be important later, and because there's less haste in the build, the pen boots will probably only be played if I'm the only AP source, and if that's true, then I can probably go all pen. And if I'm going all pen, I still want those because Storm Surge and Shadow Flame are not giving me the stats that I want for cooldown. So I think it's just always a Lucid angle, and that also just means more ultimates, more plays. We'll try to get our 10 CS. What other small goals can we have for ourselves? This is already looking like a game, but we have no comp right now. Basically just any tank is going to be okay here. We're going to be very strapped. If this guy picks an actual AD, like a marksman, then this comp is unplayable. So I'm going to do this. And see. Fizz versus Anivia is a fantastic matchup. Might be okay to play through it anyways. This has to be a pushing. Ashes, not who I had in mind, but let's see. How is it going to work? Can it work? Do I just need to change my play? I could go someone like Malphite. That's very good against Milio. It's fine against Anivia. Anivia's going to have extreme push advantage against me, but it won't matter at past a certain point. But then the game becomes unplayable without the ultimate, and if they ever just flash to dodge it, it becomes complete hell. Alright, if you're trying to climb, unfortunately, the unfortunate truth of the situation, they have a very well-rounded team comp, and it's going to be very, very difficult for us. We basically have to snowball this game, play super sharp, and it's going to be on us to get everything done all the time. So it'll be good practice. We're not going to dodge, but if you're trying to climb, it's a tough spot. Maybe we can turn this into 3 winning lanes and allow Viego to get an advantage. But if Lee Sin is able to get stuff off, and he probably will be, then we have some problems. So we're just going to make sure that we are not the source of that. We're going to keep track of Lee Sin, make sure we have an idea of where he's going. We can't control everything in the game, but we can control the controllables. And that's going to be tracking Lee Sin and making sure our team knows where he's at. All right, so lessons from last game. Just baiting the first spell or auto attack in mid. I let Annie get an electrocute proc off for 1 minion. That is absolutely not worth it. And it made the lane very difficult for me. Luckily, we got bailed out by some awesome jungle play.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Getting maximum information for my team. Ashe Senna should be moving together. Senna needs to wake up. Good job by Ashe. Ashe is extremely lethal. You know what? I might come around on this game. Ashe was a good pick. Ashe Senna is a fantastic lane together. We can certainly get some stuff done. Gonna start moving around. We're gonna try to find them since we have 5 people proximal to me. There's absolutely a window where we get more done. Does this guy actually want to invade or not? These guys have to start being careful because there's a world where they late invade over here. It's probably not happening. They're probably just sitting on this red. There's the Anivia. That is a chroma, and I wish I had it. Pretty sure I didn't get it on purpose, and I should have. Maybe that's the one that you only get on the bundle. All right, I'm gonna walk up like I'm trying to hit the wave. Just getting Anivia to attack me once. Oh, they didn't draw aggro. Here we go. There you go. You drew aggro. Congratulations. This wave is now fast pushing towards me. Not fast pushing, slow pushing towards me. Three minions to 1. It's going to come to me. We've only lost a tiny bit. Uh-oh. We're not getting those spikes again. Riot, your hooks. Viego went for the minimal invade here. Just kind of sketchy. Now I have to be really careful to not get hit with this E. Again, what I'm doing, all I'm doing is just posturing like I want to go after the CS. I'm just adding to the mental load of the Anivia while I keep track of my own responsibilities. Right? And I'm basically not going to trade anything. Unless it means that I can get significantly more back. Can take a couple hits. We're going to use a potion soon. We're going to hit 3, but she actually pulled the wave away, which means that she hits it first. Because at least his egg's gone. I did lose cannon for that, but... and he got a Dark Harvest proc, so you know what? Maybe just full-on totally worth for them. He doesn't know my timer. It's a flash. We're just whittling away the resources while we can. I'd love to get Viego closer here. I just gave another Dark Harvest stack. I knew that was coming too. No more freebies. All right, we're going to get Boots and Dark Seal. Make sure that we're getting far enough away that she can't harass us. Not that she would. It looks like she's going to try to freeze here. We're going to miss something off of this, which maybe means that we actually have a window to get our first roam off, especially since bot lane is getting really aggressive down here. According to this guy, Lee Sin might be looking to fight. Who's recalling here? Oh, he went for the... Okay. Let's see, let's see. Do we stay here? Looks like Corki. No, Corki's sitting on this. Maybe I should have come and punched that out. I don't know whether or not this was a good roam or not. Lee Sin was nearby too. It's not like I could have made anything really, really good happen. But in all this time, we basically only lost a tiny bit because of how stacked our wave was on the other side. So this has just been waiting for us. It does mean I can't do any trading with Anivia. We're just going to have to go for an E into the wave. Hopefully we can groom it down a little bit. Alright, not too bad. Cannon wave. We're going to stack this and shove it because Anivia is trying to get the reset off. We're going to try to get one gank on Kayle before she hits 6. It may not happen though. Is she trying to recall? If she tries to recall, then we might actually be able to get her as well. Got Viego coming. Just push. She hit 6. Uh-oh, no, 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 no. Okay, okay, okay. We're good, we're good. Alright, what's the price? A wave and a plate. 2 waves? No, you know what? I didn't like it when I did this yesterday, so I'm not going to do it. Faster shops, Roberto. Alright, we'll see later whether or not this is worth. It's obviously really good for the... Can't do this. You have to get out. Just flash out. Aye. Can't go there. There's no prio. Just gonna make this roam bottom. Look at these guys in a tough spot. We'll go right here. There's no blast cone here. Lee Sin might be around here. So you know what? We're gonna go like this. Check for the minions. Make sure that our timing's good. You can't go through here. You'll get spotted. So I'm just gonna go around. It looks like they're trying to be aggressive here, and they might actually outrun me, which would suck. Hey. Oh, we cut off that guy's escape. And we got both. And Dark Seal is stacked. We're doing great, fam. Beautiful play by the Senna here. It's a beautiful day when you one-shot the back line. Lee Sin's here, so all we can do is tap this. I'll just get out of range right here. Lee Sin could be wrapping behind me. As soon as they show up, they'll see me, but now it's too late. It's not... Oh my gosh, I misplayed it. If Lee Sin's here, I'm totally dead. Well, that was foolish. Alright, we're going to do the mango fish approach. Thank you for cover. Now that's really good that I can trust them to be able to move to these spots and know that I'm going to get there in and out quickly. This guy's got his passive again, and because we avoided some laning, we'll be okay. This is going to be a Q into our angle. See if this guy put any in our way. All right, that guy's gone, which means I get to shove this. It is a cannon wave, so we're gonna do... God, how sweet is that? That's so good. Now I could stay here, but I'm just gonna double down on my action bot lane. We're gonna get there as quickly as possible. Lay this down because I'm gonna need it for spots next time, even though I know it's not warded. And I have my ultimate here, so we can regank this Corki. Wave is coming in currently, and you're hit. In and out. Keep an eye out for a Lee Sin here. Found an Anivia, so one of us is going to die. I can't stick around for this. So I do want to minimum communicate if I can, but it looks like I missed it. Super awkward amount of gold. Now going down here and picking this up, 50-50 whether or not we're actually like get anything out of it. We're probably going to be able to pick up this wave, but also Corki's probably coming to this wave, and he is. And number one job is to keep this more alive. Always mid lane advantage. You can't lose the game if you don't lose mid. It just will not happen. Have to ping these guys back. Retreat this way. Alright, so let's see. What do I have an angle here for? Not really much. We can just take these quickly, so we'll get the buff here. That's a hit. Oh, I don't have the E. Alright, I didn't need to do that. I didn't have enough mana. I hadn't hit my spike. Everything was wrong about going there. Alright. Limits tested. Limits found. Now do we start? Let's see. We're going to get the boots, and we're going to have... Unfortunately, would have good path to Medjai's. 3 people with auto attacks. Absolutely, we're going Zhonya's next. This lane is in a lot of problems. This is the phase where Corki's just gonna steamroll them, so I'm coming straight here. Maybe we can get Quinn to cover. Quinn, cover mid, please. Alright, I can't sneak up over there because that's all warded. I can get close. They... Doesn't matter. We're gonna get this turret. We didn't give up mid. Looks like Quinn teleported top anyways. Alright, we're missing some people here. We're willing to take our fight. Looks like Senna's coming to clear some vision. And we get first turret. Alright, now we keep on flying around and try to keep on making plays. The vision is gone. Thank you, Senna. I'm on my way over here. Communicate it to my team for sure. Found me. Was there one that slipped through? And do I need to actually fight this? I don't have enough for both of these spells, which means I kind of just have to give this to her. I could just try to clear it under turret, but that would be dicey as well. There's the Anivia. No. And we wipe the floor with them. That's a mid lane turret. We're just going to help Ashe to push this in. Reset before dragon. They want to recall, so we can actually take one little more. You know what, a little trick here. Take a little bit of damage back, but there's no wave, so we don't actually really care about it. Make it look like we're hiding, but we're actually not. We're going to keep on moving, and that's going to surprise the heck out of them. I don't really have a shop, so as long as I can get a fruit over here somewhere, or even just get into like a good spot like over here, maybe I can just take this Millie out, but that's not going to happen anymore. He spotted me. There we go. Check for wards. Go. Got them both. Nivea's thinking about being in this bush. I want to get mid prio, and then I want to come for this fight. I've got multiple ranged champions. It's not my job to be the front here. I completely messed up the beginning of that. I feel so badly now. Alright, this is rebounding out. We've got red buff that we can't pick up. You have to be careful, Ashe. You can't do that against an Anivia. You're just dead now. Could be dead. You. That is one of the reasons Fizz is insane into this. Alright, where do we want this? I think we want it in a flanking spot around Baron. And now that they have 3 dragons, we have to be careful that they try to split for Baron. This map is so good for us. Hey. Yeah, we can't. I feel. We'll just do this guy. Too much to protect.
An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Really, will probably ward it over here. Down here, we need Ash to sponsor a little vision here. Alright, Ash also doesn't know that you can overshoot your Hawks. This might have vision right here. In fact, almost 100% does. Right now, we're not getting any advantage here from roaming around. We're just like helping Senna get this, and Kale's in the bot wave, so we need to make something happen. Remember that our comp is the one that absolutely. Whoops, ulted in the wrong direction, but it did give me a little bit of cover for what it's worth. I think we've lost a little bit too much momentum. Nice. Good job on the instincts there. It's a good thing that Lee Sin decided to go for that rather than anything like good. Oh, no. Like, give D, get Baron, win game is a completely reasonable way to approach this game.
An enemy has been slain.
Right, they're set on the dragon plan, so we're gonna have to join them. We are stronger here. We're gonna be able to win this. Milio's not here. If they contest, then they're even actually potentially kind of griefing. A flash. There's a window where maybe we can get in here. Missed it. Botched it. Didn't notice that Ash wasn't there. Should have pinged for it. Should have communicated it. literally that. Oh, wait. We lost so much tempo, and we're way, way, way far behind on. Go. We are good. Do we fast push this or no? 4 people showing? Yes, we're going to fast push this. There's a world where we could keep pushing this. I think we want to get back and get ready to fight. They're faster than we are.
An ally has been slain.
To kill teleport. Yep, I didn't communicate to my team that we needed to back off here. I'm not there, so they're just tiny. I did not need to. Zhonya's there. I was not the one under threat. Oh, I didn't see it. And you know what? My decision to go for that next wave could have been the difference there. Yes, we got a pick. Beautiful. That is so important for us. Now I've got the inside track. They might still come to contest this, which means I have some time to work on this and get the push in mid-wave. They are fighting for it? Oh my god, they're inting. They're losing the game over this. JK, we can't break into Nivea. Some people might call that a bad miss.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I like what the Quinn's thinking, right? Bouncing around, just getting a lot of play, a lot of potential for plays in. Because we have to do this against an Anivia. We can't just park anywhere. Need to take this red, and we need to set up for Baron. Unfortunately, with Anivia's wave clear, like, it has to be a side-to-side angle. I should probably be more careful with my last hitting.
The enemy's inhibitor is respawning soon. The enemy's inhibitor is respawning. Enemy killing spree. Shut down. An ally has been slain. Slain.
And we're not winning anywhere. What the hell were they thinking?
Triple kill. Ace. Your turret has been destroyed.
That's okay. We don't tie ourselves to the result. We tie ourselves to whether or not we're getting better. So a lot of elements better. We still took a little bit of extra damage. Have to be a little bit more careful with our limit tests. We have to remember to get Q flash off whenever it's available. Still plenty to improve on. Still plenty to improve on. When life is sweeter, when you had chance to pick ace. Problem. We don't need to do it. We're talking to our stream. They'll be okay. If they come, they want to come. We could have done better. That's the thing we need to focus on. All right, 1-1. We get one more game, then we're going to take our break and try to win this best of 3. What other things can we do? We have to make sure. So Ace, game 2 needs improvement. This was a big one. Clarity with this was much better. We were much better keeping track of bot lane, although we didn't get the sums. You know, we were still going to give an X for this. Jungle tracking, we were doing a pretty good job of. Not as good as last game, though. So again, like, we started doing a little bit more talking, maybe, and that's something that we have to be very careful of. Waves, this became much easier this game because of the extra AP, but the early wave using Anivia's auto attack to make sure that we get the push coming back into us. But we need to see if we can try to get it all the way under our turret so that we hit the rebound just at the right time. What we want, ideally, is the wave to crash. Let's see if we can actually load a replay. It might let us do it. I want to see the nature of the first two waves and exactly how many autos we took and what that meant for Anivia and level 3. Anivia was able to get level 3 before us. So we're just going to go through this area starting at 130. Speed it up a little bit. So this is us dodging through. We wanted to get a little bit of trade in. Dodge one spell. Could have gone for an electrocute proc, but it didn't want to hit any of those minions. So I think that extra E right here, killing more of these melees, is what kept this away. We don't care about the 2 versus 1 because we're never getting hit by Q, and that's the only thing that we care about. Okay, so right here. See how this is out of our position? If this were under our turret, then this thing would be helping us to hit level 2 first. But because these two melees are further out, so this is what I want to take a look at. What did I do? Did I step forward? All right, so this step forward could be the difference, right? If I just let this XP go, this minion CS, and I walk under turret and get these things to chase me, maybe even draw these aggro, then they'd walk up potentially to this spot, and I could have gotten them under the turret. As I didn't, it didn't work. So that also could have backed up all the way to the 140 spot.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Let's see how this early positioning works. All right, so we get hit twice. The first one, why didn't it draw aggro? That's the first question I had, actually. All right, why did this not draw aggro? It did for a moment, and then he lost range. Okay, he says you're far enough. That little bit might have been enough to just create the push anyways. But I walk in to get the second attack off of Anivia. See how these melees start turning around? Is if any of these minions hit the Anivia, their wave is going to focus fire. And you can see how my wave is super like scattered right now. So it means that their damage is going to be much more focused, concentrated on my wave. I'm trying to wait for last frames here to get these last hits. 3 versus 1 could have been a little bit better if the E didn't hit multiple members. I was not watching Viego fight Lee here. Okay. All right. Coming in, we're just going to double check the rest of it. We're not actually touching this wave. How can we get this under our turret? If we left that alive, maybe? Because no, that would be 1 extra auto attack. So if I take this minion wave, grab this aggro, yeah, so staying there and getting those 3 extra attacks off onto me means that they walk here. If I could have gotten them to come forward, then I'd be in a world where I might consider getting level 2. But we're still pretty far off because so many of these casters. So I just don't think it's realistic here. I might have to fold everything to get to that spot. So she hits 3, no big deal. We're still going to win these trades off. Electrocute proc whenever we want. I don't know if this is worth it. Okay. All right. So we can do that a little bit better. Still focusing on first 3. Definitely was talking too much and did not pay attention nearly enough to what was going on with Viego and the jungle starts. If you're new to the channel, we do best of 3s here. That way we keep a small, focused amount of time. 3 games is more than enough to like really want to care about something and show yourself whether or not you're engaging with it, and then try to make it part of your arsenal. This list of fundamentals, I probably am going to need to trim it down and focus on one of these things at a time. Right now we're trying to just like crash course everything into mid lane since we're coming back to this role. Roam timers is something we're gonna have a big advantage on, but we need to be checking off these early boxes a little bit earlier. This game, I was all on it. This game, give ourselves a pass. So the way this is going to be structured, I'm going to play this last game right here for our warm-up. This is essentially all part, it's not a warm-up. It's our first set where we're trying to find out what is the biggest thing that we want to work on. What is that one thing that we think is going to impact our games the most right now? Obviously, play skill on Fizz is going to be a huge one. Just taking care of ourselves, making sure that we are making the maximized play without taking unnecessary risks. And then it's going to start, we're going to start picking these things up, right? Start giving ourselves more grades, more attention to which of these things is going to have the most impact. Champion skill. I mean, I can't really give myself grades here. It's way too early. We're doing okay with it, but there's still some windows where I can probably get some more. But this is the journey, right? This is the fun thing. This makes every game have purpose. This makes every game enjoyable because there's something that I'm going to challenge myself on every single rank. This game could have been a dodge, right? Like, our team comp was awful. That said, I could have done better and we could have won this game. And that thing is going to be true always, right? Yes, we have a really bad composition. I should have been more aware of that, and I shouldn't have let my team get into siege situations with me showing on the side lane. So yes, that happened multiple times. I need to either communicate it better or I need to be faster on my tempo to make it happen. I definitely lost some windows where I was behind on CS trying to make some more fog plays, and then maybe that affected my ability to make a good decision later. Certainly it meant that as soon as they found a window to get in, Lee Sin plus Kayle meant that they had a pretty easy way to get in and not be punished, right? Lee Sin can go in, Insec, and then he's got Kayle to back himself out while dealing also the maximum amount of damage while they pick off someone like Senna or Ashe, and it's really hard to play the game in that spot, right? I need to be much sharper. Maybe it means I need to split push and call my team off of all fights and say, hey, we're never fighting. But, you know, that's a tough spot when you have 5 carries. Senna didn't even go for the Black Cleaver build. Black Cleaver would have been fantastic this game. Like, look at this. This feels like such an unnecessary item as well. I mean, no complaints on the way she was playing, but like, what makes this a champion is not this, right? The scaling's not even great for her on attack speed. So there's a lot to unpack. All this extra attack speed's not actually doing for her as much as you want it to. And like, what's the rest of this build, right? If it's Black Cleaver, then maybe there's a world where you can turn that, because at least you're supporting, and every hit that has a passive attached to it, that's 2 stacks, right? Auto Q auto is 5 stacks on your Black Cleaver. Of course, we don't get mid. I should just get destroyed. What are you doing? I do. All right, Lux Kate has a lot of things going for it. Super long range, you can harass at range. I can use my E to set up the Caitlyn Q, so we can get a lot of poke damage on top of my own Q. Plus, into Ivern, my spells giving vision is actually a very big deal into the bushes. We can play into those from range and keep things much safer. Also, I'm just much higher damage, and I'm a very similar kit to Ivern. So anytime that he's trying to set something up for his team, Lux just sort of stays out of range and can just make things happen. What we do have to be careful, though, is if our team has none of the other periphery set up. I'm going to give this guy option to take this. No, he doesn't want it. He wants it to be a counter pick. There's a world where we also want Thresh for the playmaking. We never want to hit the Daisy, though, and the ult. We may never be able to touch the Zeri, which might be a problem on its own.
Let's light it up.
All right, we're going to go for maximum poke. We also want this? I don't think so. All right, Anivia to hold down the fort. Yone absolutely crushes that matchup. You have to be super, super careful. So I'm going to play through there. We have a Zilean. They don't really have a lane here. This is just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Pure scaling. So we should be able to get free pushes, free resets. That should give me some easy timers to get to the crabs, to the void grubs. Oh, Caitlyn resets. Late game shape, they've got Ivern and let's see, Ivern, no, Singed and Yone to puncture backline, but they want to play front to back Zilean.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Stack up that mana flow band. No one's actually warding this. I want to go see it, but we have to do it safely. So max range again. Check with spells. We'll get our mana back. Not worth like risking getting hit. Probably would have been better to come straight here.
Minions have spawned.
How do we want to play this? I'd love to get a ward down, but we don't. Anivia's AFK at turret. Kha'Zix came out of base. We're trying to do the ward trick. That doesn't work anymore. So we just have to be a little bit more passive. Actually could have helped Anivia fight for the level. Make sure that we get the push advantage here. Zilean's gonna try to fight for it as best as they can. So we get this all the way in. Kha'Zix is level 2 invading. You get a read on where they are. Hey. Actually could have done that to mess up the backline and make them harder to last hit, and that's something I should have done. Caitlyn just gets her reset off. We're just going to springboard this Kha'Zix. The fact that he invaded off of level 2 makes things so difficult for him, right? Kid gets some solo XP time. It's not the best, not the worst.
First blood.
She gets her reset off. I stay out of range of this. This is the best way to punish the Yone. Probably typing Opus.
An enemy has been slain.
Play this a little bit better. Really? I'm getting outplayed by this Zillion hard. Eee, she walked into it.
An ally has been slain.
All right, this is going to rebound to us. A lot to work on. A lot we need to do better on. Like right now, this Anivia's typing rather than doing what she should be doing. Just using her tempo. Because she's typing, she's not at the play, which means that the dragon play goes poorly. Got you, boo. Uh-oh.
An ally has been slain.
Big hit.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, that might be true. You're right, Kate. You're right. You're right. Zillion's showing. Yo, 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 yo. Okay. People are being toxic AF now. Alright, so we're just gonna have to play super far back, I guess.
An enemy has been slain.
Stuff. That guy was trying some neat tricks, though. Ult yourself, then go pick up the bomb and go walk at me because I was so slow. I, like, dig it. Why did it not execute? I have a charge, yeah? Or did I not have it? Alright, we just need to play a lot better. I've got super tilted. That's on me. What do we want? Oh, I just need to play better. All right, Riven's huge, Anivia's tiny, and a pain in the butt. Kha'Zix, these are the people that we need to focus on. Kate's going to be okay, but like Zeri's going to be a huge problem. Q, where's your Q? Where's your Q? Q, Q. Okay. I guess I need to communicate to them. We have a ton of power, but I didn't communicate that we were going forward. Alright, they finally made this spell worth rating, right? We can do a lot better.
An ally has been slain. Shut down.
Mm-mm. That was dumb. Didn't need to do that either. After singed. Gosh. He got come. I'm on the complete wrong side of the map. Like, everything about this is so bad. And this is on me for getting tilted and not realizing it. Or realizing it and not being able to change. So I got to change my mindset. I'm so worried about what that guy thinks about my play or whether or not he's going to be a good teammate. And that's why you can't be a caustic. Why you can't be caught. That shield took the XP or the shared gold.
Your turret has been destroyed. Unstoppable. Shut down.
Kha'Zix's not looking. No, no, no. None of the above.
Godlike. You have been slain.
I'm stumbling all over the place. This is ugly. Go straight there. Don't show mid. Are they? Okay. Like, that's the point where you set up traps and then you, like, waylay them, right? You pick up red buff. You, like, do all these other things. So going over there and then doing nothing means that we just completely gave up the prio that we had. The one thing that we had after them going for a Riven kill was that we had some prio. Steel. The dirtiest of steel of all. Okay.
An enemy has been slain.
Not the worst. We could still do a lot better.
Has been slain.
Well done, team good guy. Singed cut the wave. What a guy. Well played, sir. Got you. Got you. Keep a cool head, guys. Keep a cool head. Alright, so they're shopping for Dragon. Kha'Zix, we might need to help get out of here. Trying to cover fire a little bit for you, my man. Keep this right here. Okay. Are we scaling? I should be tapping some minion waves. These they were the ones setting the trap for us. If you didn't, no teleport. I don't know if she ever would have had a window to do it. They were definitely trapping us. Zilean, that is really smart by the Zilean. He's like scaring them away from mid lane.
Rampage.
Team doesn't want it? Okay. We'll just ult this. Nice play by Kha'Zix getting in front of that. Just us. Good stuff, guys. That's something to brighten up your day, guys. Woo! That was a game. My goodness. And it might show, like, you know, it goes to show that at the end of 2 or 3 games, you might also have lingering stress that's built up from everything else that's going on, right? Like, and you don't know. It could be my interactions with them that could have triggered them. And obviously I don't want that, but you know, I have to be real to that thought. So the best thing to do is just mute it, ignore it, just focus on ourselves. What can we control? We can't control them. We're not going to spend time explaining it to them. If they've already decided that we're griefing, then any amount of explanation of, hey, I'm trying to help you get tempo, doesn't matter. But I'll go review it and see whether or not that works. Because after each game, like this moment where you can ask yourself, what happened in this tricky moment? People had different ideas of what to do. And so what does that mean? Like, where is the adjustment? What's the actual answer? If there's 2 people with differing opinions, then there's a very good chance that there's some higher truth to be found there, and you can either confirm or disrupt that notion. So this is Zilean already being here on second roam. He was already a little bit triggered about this. All right, so here was the spot where he was complaining about the XP. So staying for this XP, right? This is where we start typing, I believe. Let's just keep a camera on him. So he's stepping back and hitting potion. Not much of a roam window because of the strength of the wave here. And going over to like catalyze Kha'Zix, I don't know if that is anything. I definitely could have communicated to Caitlyn that you can step back here. Maybe this roam's just no good, but at the same time, let's build up to like how we got here. We had to get over here to cover Kha'Zix because we didn't really like this play, right? So we're coming over to compose this. First, we should have communicated to Kate to just back up. She's trying to get the plate for herself, which makes sense. And from this point out, though, like you just want to back away from this. No reason to even start hitting these minions because it's just minions you're denying yourself later. So this big chunk right here, this is all worth. This is a huge chunk on the Yone, right? That damage is going to stick. You want to back off. And if you're not hitting these minions, then this will actually push to you and you can just go and chill by your base or even get a recall in because their pushing power is not strong enough. But I bet she's just sitting on like boots and dagger. Yeah, so she's got boots and dagger. She doesn't really want to go back for anything else. And that makes sense. But like, think about what we're ever going to accomplish here. Even if Lux stays here, you're in a 2v3. You still have to give ground. You still have to back off. And that's the rub. And that's why you can't get into this like semi quasi push, you're just better off taking your reset. By helping the Anivia to push here, like imagine if Kate had just recalled, she could actually be the one to come and pick up this next wave as it's coming, clear this wave, and then go bottom. No one misses anything, right? Because we've got this already reinforcing wave. Anivia can even teleport to there, pick that one up, and come back if it were more of a pinch. So let's see what the rebound is. This is obviously not worth it. Just casting one spell, no good. It's completely inconsequential compared to getting back in time for the Caitlyn. Okay, but the guy's staying at full health. So now, like, this is still just net complete bonus. She's just got solo experience compared to the Zeri. So she's just going to be bigger here. Zeri's getting their reset off, so we want to do the same thing. We get that reset. Okay, so now this wave's coming in. This is the timer on the next one. They're going to reinforce under the turret, and it's going to bounce back. So it's really not until this next wave spawning in 12 seconds that we need to care. So that wave's going to get there in 42 seconds. So we have 21 seconds to move over this way, but we could have communicated to the Anivia that, hey, Zilean might be on this roam as well. We can go pick this up. Now, taking these compared to the teleport here from the Anivia, maybe, all right, one of those would have survived. All right, now we're sharing that, trying to give this guy all of the last hits. We could have just backed off, yeah. So I see, I see what they're getting at, but it's still extra experience in the game. And if you're behind, you want the people who are ahead to get further ahead. And especially like if you're recalling off of an early death and you're teleporting just to get back to catch a wave, this right here, this is the big crux, the big question. Helping the Anivia to get all the last hits, valiant. Maybe that's worth it. Sharing the experience, you create more XP, and we definitely created more gold for the Anivia. But this might not. So the idea here is to push, and now Anivia can come roam, and we match this roam timer. Remember we said we were going to come back here for this wave as it's coming in. Caitlyn's still able to pick up this wave under turret. If we roam together, then maybe we can make something happen. Maybe I even should have followed Anivia. I think she was already determined that I was wrong about my play and maybe didn't want to follow me over here. But maybe we catch Ivern in this spot. But either way, like she gets to hover, like that is a good play. That is something that you want to do in your downtime. See about these other moments. Am I tragically behind? No, I'm not. And Caitlyn should be the strongest out of all of them, right? Serrated Dirk. She should be trading auto attacks here. I have the spells. It shouldn't just be about hitting Q from max range. That is an element, but we should start off with auto attack. And when they turn to auto is when I get my E. When I get my E, that ensures her Q. And we have the shield to make sure that there's no turnaround damage. And all of these times that Zilean's putting spells on cooldown, we should be punishing. Zilean did a really good job hitting their spells, and Caitlyn just needs to get more done in those windows where there's no threat. Alright, so we need to crash this. We're low on resources. Zilean's trying to get a cycle off as well. This has to be a recall. I'm covering because she's going far, but this isn't really a spot for us. Look how little we accomplish here, right? Alright, so we end up getting cleanse. That's actually like maybe best case scenario, and they're recalling. So maybe we were strong enough here with Ivern on the map. Again, this should be another recall window. This time we can do it. We have enough spells to get exactly enough in so we get the max cash out. Alright, so what do we do with Caitlyn now from this position? Caitlyn's absolutely huge. Ooh, no boots, no dagger, going... Okay. I understand wanting to get a fast collector, but not spending your money, especially for something like boots against Zilean, is a kind of a foul. She's doing great for herself. But that's really dangerous right here, walking into that area. Yep, so she just dies for nothing good. Oh, this was the spot that Anivia was typing. Shit. Alright, so this is the one we need to look at. So he's back here typing. Gets the push off. Alright, so talking about this moment, and every time that you have a lane state like this, as Anivia, look where your lanes are at. Kate is going to be stuck under turret, so you absolutely want to be hovering over on this side to cover against any dives. This is going to be important for me too, as I'm looking to play through mid lane. You want to hover this because they're trying to crash this wave, and there's a chance that they're trying to make a play happen. right? So if we back up to just red vision, Kha'Zix has gotten an invade, stealing the red, and he's going for this play as well. Very late level 6 for him, especially not getting it even there, so he's like really late. But this moment where you're typing, this absolutely is moments where you could get out on the map. Anivia could be ahead of me. Anivia could be holding down this area. Might even have access to, yeah, has Trinket, right? So a Trinket over this wall. Instead is over here typing about my lost experience. And so now you're here, but you do have first push again, but now you're hovering left when your team is on the right, which means that enemy team, you're not in a position to fight. And this is all because she wanted to type. This is why you just need to, if you're upset, just mute it. Take the next reasonable step forward. She ends up getting a plate for herself. Maybe that's something. Now I'm not forced to stay here, but because I stay, it's because she's low man. I just wanted to help get the push out. And again, it's all about resources, total resources. She's obsessed with trying to get more gold here, so she's going to cast R when it's barely enough. Gets enough to cast the whole thing. Gets that second wave in. That amount is still good. All right, so a lot to pick up on. So we'll get that and more when we come back from our break. I recommend to everybody else as well. Between all these best of threes, take a break for yourself, spend 15 minutes, get something done, get lunch, do some exercise, do laundry. It doesn't really matter what. Touch some grass, right? Like literally put your hands in the dirt. It's proven to be good for you. Getting sunlight's good for you. So I'll catch you guys in 15 minutes, all right? Okay. See you. All right, so here we go. Continuing with this, this should mean that we get mid lane or top. I mean, it could be mid or top, but we should get this for the next 2 games. We're going to play a best of 3. The single biggest thing that I want to do is my awareness of what's around me. I'm just describing that as decision tree. That's going to be my singular focus. All of these other things I do not care about. I want to just make sure that I'm making good decisions based on picking up the information around me. That means looking for the chat for any timers that get popped into chat, making sure that I'm looking around. I will be very honest with myself that I am very bad at doing that while I'm talking. And if you guys were watching the last set of games, that's like at best for mechanical play and paying attention to the small things. And there's a stark difference between what I can do when I'm streaming and when I'm not streaming. It's just the fact of it. So I need to make the adjustment now and say, all right, is that going to affect? How am I going to let that affect me? How am I going to put that into action? Is it something that I can work around or play with, or is it something that I need to adjust for or accommodate, or is it something that I need to push through? And I don't want to stop talking, so I want to be able put a bonus level right here. Talk. I want to be able to communicate as I'm going, and this is especially important for mid lane. The reason the same players keep on showing up in mid lane, not only are they exceptionally talented, but there's a lot of exceptionally talented people. They're good communicators. They can organize the team. It is the pivot point for the entire map. Everything goes through mid. And now that the minion waves are desynced again, finally, it means so much for the ability to move around the map. And one of the things that we liked about Anivia all season long with these changes was you don't need to roam, you don't need to do anything. This is why AD carries were good in mid lane in particular, and it just means you could plug here and just say my turret is never dying. And yes, like we want to do this rotation where we swap the AD carry to mid, but if they're not swapping, you don't need to swap. You can call them over, but your job is to keep your mid turret alive above everything else. Now with desynced waves, there's a very good chance that on good roam timers, you can secure yourself a kill in the bot lane for the cost of 1 wave. And it's not going to cost you that second wave anymore, right? And not only that, but you get to punish the enemy team. That's the big crux. It's not just an evaluation of you in your own microcosm mid. Did I profit the most by going for this play or coming back? If my gank has a 70% chance of getting a kill, the net gold value of that is, we'll say 450 gold. Is that enough to be worth losing a wave? Well, technically it's worth like a cannon wave, a wave and a half. And that difference in gold, if you're losing two waves and a plate, it's not going to be worth it. If you're guaranteeing yourself that it's 2 waves and a plate, just you. Now it's less than that, so it's less of a big deal. But more importantly, you don't lose that much anymore. And it's not even... Sorry. Let me reorganize this. When you leave mid and you make a play and it has a 70% chance of succeeding to get 450 gold, you can basically call that 300 gold for your team. Enemy team is looking at wave plus wave or wave plus cannon is going to be enough to get them that difference, or 2 waves. It's going to get them that difference in gold, but they also get all that experience. You also need to consider that if your play goes right, you are denying someone on their team that ability to do, right? You're pushing them out of lane. Now they're 1v2 or they're 0v2. They're missing out on experience as well. And your bot lane gets further ahead because they get to take the turret plates. Whenever you make these roams and the play, especially if the kill goes to the carry, just play through the carry as your strong point. A lot of coaches want to tell you that you have to be the one to carry. That's why you don't roam, because you need to pick up all these resources, get the guaranteed resource early, often, and as many times as you can. And that's not taking into consideration how good it is for your teammates to do things, to have a lane to themselves, right? Making a pressure play in bot wave gets your carry so far ahead of their carry. And then you can just become a pawn. You say, okay, I'm the piece that gets us into position, but I've got my carry set up to take us home. That's the much better spot for us. All right, Diana mid. Early magic itemizations can be fantastic. Everyone who's going to show up in my lane deals magic damage. Jax should not ever be hitting auto attacks on me, and Jinx can maybe only get one, maybe a W, maybe probably not an R, but one piece of magic resist is going to be very, very, very good for this lane. Diana has a lot of threat against me, and she also has the shields. Very difficult matchup for me to play against. I'm going to try to scale out of this. We're going to take scaling here. I don't think I want something like Absorb Life. I want to make sure that we keep all the power at the end of the game. And because we're not going for kill in the mid lane, we're gonna go here. It's dubious. It might not be the best. There's access to other heal cuts. Maybe having Ignite's still better. We have a really good damage profile swap. Lulu's going to have a heck of a job to keep these people alive. We should be okay, though. MR item. I guess this means that we're going to have our first Abyssal Mask game. Because the Megatron Cloak is going to carry so much value here.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
That's a big deal that his E's down. He's baiting. All right, Diana, melee matchups. What am I going to do? I think the plan is to E and try to E on top of her face. It's going to go for autos and auto reset. Not the reset, but the push. I want to make sure that we're not in range as she does her third one. Yeah, just completely not worth it. She has her W. Good answer to my cast. Maybe she did it in response, but we have to completely seed this now. That's okay though.
First blood. An enemy has been slain.
Maybe should have dodged that. All right, we're gonna hit 3 first. Remember that last game where the wave was tucked under and we couldn't get it reset? Or we can just fail all of our last hitting. So didn't hit that melee. Alright, Gray's on bot side. $210. known she had the shield. All right, what do I want from this? It's a cannon wave. I'm gonna go for max punish here. Try to get this wave to just delete itself. Make the Diana lose as much as possible. No, that doesn't work because she used teleport, of course. Fundamentals, folks. I'm getting them wrong here. A lot of things I can be doing better.
Ally has been slain.
Trying to bait that. Low reward, high risk, maybe. Definitely.
An ally has been slain. Shut down.
We need to focus on playing better.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I won't be able to trust this Graves. He's doing things like taking things without prio. I'm not sure about this, and it's probably just wrong, but we're going to test it. This is going to change our early breaks on when we can clear waves. And it's going to be super uncomfortable, but it is going to affect everyone that could go here. It should mean that I should be capable of dying 0 times from here, but I don't have any ability to like trade back either. So just going to be, oh, unless she puts all those on cooldown, then we can just go for a simple one of those. Actually, she just steals way more than me. Was it the minions? I didn't see. These guys are going crazy. So bad. I just wanted to make sure that they were resetting if they were, but it looks like they're not. Caitlyn still gets this. Nidalee's tied down on this. This is a good time for Graves to get back in the game. Nidalee's actually gonna like hurt herself a little bit too much being down here. Shoot, I should have stayed out of vision of those things. I think I got this. They're teleporting bot? Jack's just teleported, which means we might have some access to this. Hey, look at that. We still cleared the casters. Now we have 6 Void Grubs with some alone time on here. Big worth. Alright, so what do we need now? Now we need boots. Then we start scaling up. This feels like a very low tempo way to play this game. I don't know. Maybe it's no good. Here we go.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret.
We can improve this thing that we messed up on last time, which was communicating our intentions to our team. I'm still going to rotate over here because it looks like Diana just came over with a teleport. Call them off. They could try to get some cover fire here. Best way for them would be to actually fight through this right here. You know what? Couldn't get it. Didn't do nearly enough in time. That was really bad. Oh, this was on the wrong. Getting that ward down in the middle of that would have been great.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
I can feel not having the boots. Feels bad. Alright, Diana picks us up, which means that we have a chance for a tempo play here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Push, push, push. Karma, Diana are missing. Okay. I'm also noticing the mana. Not having the tier is mattering. That's another time that she's been able to rip through me even when I have all this, so boots obviously matters. I don't know, maybe the Abyssal Mask was just a mistake for an idea, but no, we want to test it out. We want to see where it's at. Cover this. What is
You have slain an enemy.
Lulu AFK? Down. That Infinity Edge? Still no? We're gonna take this one because there's no one in our way and there's nothing, no reason not to. Yeah. That means I might have to teleport bot and start pushing, but again, we don't have Lulu, so it might just be a lost cause. Stuff. I just popped off. She's up a full item. Okay.
A summoner has disconnected.
Yeah, this build feels so weird because then you're actually not getting multipliers off the Lichbane proc. It seems like this is probably just a mistake. Nashor's Tooth is more likely to be better and just like punch in all the time. But still, like the core items, Lichbane, Crypt Bloom, are probably just better in most situations. I guess this would have to be all, like if this were also a jungler and then an AP jungler and then we'd be able to go like Rush Abyss. I don't know. Even then it feels kind of weird because you're giving up so much on wave clear and just the upfront damage.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Inhibitor has been destroyed.
Unfortunate. That actually would have marked the Teemo. Alright, so that's 2 tests on Abyssal Mask. I don't think I'm gonna like it at all. Like the effect it has on all the multipliers, the fact that it doesn't let you go for a true endgame item like Rabadon's, because you're just not getting all those multipliers off. Too much. And you can get just as much Shred from Crypt Bloom plus the big heal on it. You can just ask someone on your team to get it. All right, how aware was I of my decisions? Pretty well aware. I just did them very poorly. I was so focused on trying to get to good wasted. I don't know. Maybe we just have to review it. We'll have to go back. It's hard when you're trying to compete. This is still too early. Tracking. This is what I want to do. And the answer is no, I didn't get it. Brave. Target acquired. That game we learned a lot just about the Diana matchup, right? This guy went W in response to my E and it completely crushed that first trade. I didn't know anything about the cooldowns. That would be the next step, right? When you're finalizing these matchups, you have to know where and when the cooldowns are coming. All right, they've got long range engage. They've got a Mumu to try to set up a fight for Draven. We have a support Cho'Gath. Are they actually trading? I hope so. Probably not, though. Renekton's great if you can R in response to Ambessa R. You're in good shape. Has a dominant level 2 through 5 against her. Oh, it's a heck of a game for Silas, huh? We could outrange the Ahri. Most of the control mages, though, have a problem with her having the assassination plus all this shenanigans. I think we'll be fine. We want to keep getting reps in on Fizz. Because we obviously have a lot of things to work on. You guys are all tabbed. Guaranteed. Alright, we're gonna try to get her to walk up and get an auto attack off, not let her get the full electrocute off with her W. Get her to push the wave quickly, and yeah, so that means that we're gonna posture a little. Again, the way that we're trying to manipulate the wave early, making this game plan for ourselves. We want to feign like we are contesting for the level up on the wave. Get her to start pushing in. Get them to autopilot into, oh my god, let me just push this. Maybe even put spells on cooldown. And then I try to just survive and get to level 3 as healthy as possible. Mango Fish has definitely been going in and getting some early trades off, but he's also like Mana Flow and Scorch. There's no way he's not Mana Flow and Scorch. I think he's Transcendence and Mana Flow. So he's getting a little bit more value, plus maybe even Cheap Shot. No, he's got... Is it Cheap Shot? No, it's got to be Sudden Impact. Yeah, still a lot to battle with just on these first 3 waves. Get some information on their jungle start. Now we come in like we're going for a wave. We're going to try to get her to attack us. That's the opposite. Hit by that. Looks like that's all she wants to do. She's not trying to get auto attacks on. All right, so noted. It's already fast pushing. That Q on the wave is enough to make it fast push. She can't stop this push now. Oh, she's doing us a big favor. All right, this is a double stacked wave that'll be under our turret. She might go and get a ward out here. Nope, it died too quickly. We got it there too quick. But you had to run away for a bit. So it looks like we might actually get it here. Auto attack hit me? Shit. Let's see. Decent bait by them. This guy. No, it's, you know what? Grazes. Mumu level 3 red clear. It's the price you pay, Mumu. Trying to set up a play, but that's on me. I need to pay more attention into what's going on. Speaking of paying more attention, this is going to be pushing out. In fact, this might just be a roam timer for me. I forget whether or not they warded in here. Shoot, shoot, shoot. All right, yep, that was a missed opportunity to come straight bot. This is the only guy that matters. Come on. Okay. Yep, guy misses spells early. We're gonna miss that. We gotta do better. Deep breath coming out of lane. We are tilted at Cho'Gath. That's okay. That's on me. That's my tilt, not his. I can do better. Hey, she got away from it. That means their jungler is almost definitely over there. Are you serious? Like, you cannot be... Disgusting.
unstoppable. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Killing spree. An enemy is dominating. Enemy double kill. Shut down.
I'm noticing not having the mana. It's got to be somewhere in the kit. I got to put it somewhere. Presence of mind might be enough. Gonna try to play to our strong side of the map as best we can. Can't roam here, can do this. We can give up the dragon, no big deal.
An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Enemy double kill. Moonstone Renewer. Andy's huge. Andy's level 9. And I just walked in front of this because I wasn't paying attention. He's just job? No, he's not doing yet. Play away from the Draven, or we catch the Draven in a rotation. Either one would be good.
It's a hit. Oh. Hey, couldn't dodge it. Oh, now I give my shutdown to the Draven. Plus he got another cash in. That guy's big, 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 big. And he has another BF sword after this. Holy Christ. Probably worth casting Gnar to stop the back here.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Don't go that way. Do not go this way. Go this way. Oh my gosh. He's just asking to die. Alright, Draven's got Infinity Edge. Maybe we can get a quick push off on this turret while they're rotating. Okay, big chunk. Big chunk. Have to rely on Soraka healing. Unfortunately, that's all going to come right back. Why? Why? that's not it. Now I'm forcing. It's just not there. That's just really bad by me because I want the setup from Renekton. Dead. Oh, just no good. Just no good. Okay. Okay, good. Now we can take the fight. Seek and Destroy is on. One stun, which is right here. Coming up in a second. Doesn't even need it. Has the ease. We got that because their solos decided to split off for a bit. I don't know why I'm thinking that. That's not really what I want. No.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I pinged the wrong thing. That's entirely on me.
Killing spree.
I hit that thing first. You know what? If we're going to win this game, it's going to be because we're popping off. So let's pop off. Let's make it happen. Here we go. Let's have some fun with it. All right. Let's focus, Roberto. How do you carry this game? Not by going bot lane, I imagine. Oh, they're corralled here. They're corralled here. No! Oh, where's my E? Where's the rest of my spells? Where's everything? Oh my gosh, I've done it all so poorly. Oh no! I was trying to do Renekton's job for them. That's the tilt play.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
Should have just aimed for his fucking axes. Rather than assume that he was just kiting away.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Help to take this. I can't take it by myself. Shit. Nothing. We don't have any vision to fight in there. What is this garbage? Oh, come on. I need to do much better, though. How do we play around this? Well, he's got to be the one to set us up. I need Zhonya's. Or I need to get on the outskirts of the fight. I can't be diving in at all in this comp. They're going to come to this side of the map, so there's like an off chance that we can get a nice little pick here. There's the Draven. Seek and destroy. That guy is the only guy that matters. Like, do we not have a window to go in there? Was it too much of a reach? Maybe the teleport means that we have to get out. I don't know. Maybe we're grasping at straws. Maybe it's better to just let them come in. They're such a short range team that maybe we could have just like also just sieged. But I clearly got tired. I made a lot of mistakes. Absolutely a lot of things that we can improve on. That's going to be it for us. We can do better next time. But it's all part of the learning curve, right? We're going to be adding to this. We're just going to keep on adding to what we're capable of and what we're responding to. And we're going to have some troughs, and that's okay, because we're going to continue to challenge ourselves, keep on getting better. Today was like, kind of tired, kind of not playing great. And coming back to streaming, which, you know, we spoke about. It's not the easiest thing to talk while we play. And a lot of things for us to work on. So we'll keep on going. The journey continues. We're going to try to hit diamond on mid. It's going to be our toughest climb yet, but I think we can. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep it surreal. Peace.